Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Freewill podcast. If this is your first time here, subscribe on our YouTube channel, follow us on Instagram, and let's get to it. I'm Jesse.
I'm Tasha. Welcome back. If you've been here, you already know what we do. So today we have a very special guest. Please introduce yourself. Just tell us your name, where you're from, and what you do.
Hello, my name is Ahmad Amin Hassan, and I'm from Nigeria. Obviously, I'm a student.
Okay.
Yeah, is that enough?
Yeah, it is enough. It is enough. Okay.
Can you tell us again your name? I didn't.
My name is it that hard?
Ahmed. It is a bit hard.
The accent,
Ahmed. Yeah.
It's Arabic name. It's
Okay.
Ahmad, but
Ahmad.
yeah,
Ahmed.
Okay.
you can use it by just maybe you say Ahmed.
Ahmed.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. How long have you been in India?
You can say 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah. Actually, I studied BMLT, which is Medical Laboratory Science, but I finished it last year recently.
Okay.
Okay. Would you want to share with us your experience here in India? You have been here for 4 years, right? How was your experience?
You're talking about general experience.
Yes, in general, like the bad and the good things, everything
just
that you have gone
anything.
through.
Actually, to be very honest with you, for me, India is not really that bad.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of people say a lot of things. I mean, it's bad and all of that. Obviously, this is what normally happens, right?
Yes.
Before you come to a particular place, you have an expectation.
Expectation. How is it
Yeah.
in the?
How is it gonna be? It's
Yes.
gonna be all bubbly, and all of that. So, what normally happens before you come to India, you will have a lot of expectations.
Yes.
And to be honest, people often, like 99% of the time, you'll be disappointed.
It's.
I mean,
I think.
I think
Okay.
everyone.
Everyone. Before I come here, I was like, I went to search India. How is it?
Yeah.
I saw like a lot of people.
The advertisements.
Yes, and
Look like
everything. I was like, when I arrived, I was like, hey.
I think the weather was bad.
yeah,
Okay.
the network and all of that. So but as time goes by,
Okay.
you'll come to realize if you're fair enough, because I mean, you will come to realize that it's not all that bad. I mean, there is always the good and the bad side of it, and I think that's about everything. Even back home, there are a lot of good things happening and the bad
Okay.
thing also.
Sure.
So,
That's true.
For me, it's, if I can say in a word, it's just a rewarding experience
Okay.
so far.
Have you experienced any discrimination here in India? And if you have, how did you handle it?
Actually, I mean, I've never been discriminated. I
Okay.
mean, discriminated as discriminated.
Discriminated as discriminated.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
I mean, the thing is, a lot of people say they've been discriminated, but
Okay.
if you check the fact, you will actually see it's not really a discrimination. I mean,
Okay.
it's just a sort of misunderstanding, misconception, culture and all of that.
Yeah, just the
Yeah.
person being the person.
Yeah. It's just maybe sometimes just the Indian being a typical Indian.
Okay.
So for me, and this is not by any means saying that people have never been discriminated or anything.
Okay, for sure.
But if I can be honest, I can never, I mean, right now, think of any incident that I was, really discriminated.
Okay, actually, like just going there, the main topic today, we saw this post and some of our subscribers requested for us to talk about this. There was an incident where an African woman went to an Indian shop, and then when I think she was getting something, and then she saw a poster that was saying no to illegal Nigerians.
Yes.
And another part was like India is for Indians. So there was a lot of noise actually about that in the African community. People were posting it and people were saying they're scared, like what's going on. So that's why we just wanted to get a third view on your thoughts, like the way this poster was executed. Was it right? Like, was it the right way to bring out this
The
thing?
way I'm sorry to cut you, the way they have approached,
Yeah.
you know, because if you guys have seen the video, I think it was a little bit of intimidation, like talking of what I have seen.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So I mean, the question is about the approach, right?
Yes.
Yes,
I
how
mean,
was the approach?
I mean,
Was it?
the question is all about the approach.
Approach.
Was it the
What do
right
you
approach?
think? Yeah. Do
Yes.
you think
Oh,
that's how it was supposed to be done? Or
well, I think, you know, the thing is, people. I mean, you can never control people. I mean,
100%.
no matter how hard you try, you
Yeah.
can never control people. You cannot put people in a box.
Okay.
I mean, the approach actually wasn't that right, but people have right to protest, to be
Yes.
honest.
Of course, of course.
And then the environment, the society, the government cannot do all for you. Sometimes the people living in a particular society that come up with something to help themselves. I mean, if truly the people you're talking about, the Nigerians, for instance, that they say illegal Nigerians. I mean, they did a very good thing that they specified the illegal. You know what I mean?
The way it is in India, do you think they meant Nigerians like, okay, Nigerians, or they just meant Africans?
I don't think, I'm sorry, I don't think it's, okay, for India, every African is Nigerian.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Yeah.
I don't think, because this thing is like going straight to Nigeria, it's like going direct.
See, the
I
point.
think they meant Africans, because there's this other post that they said it was written like, all Africans illegal in India.
Yeah, you see, the point is Nigerians are the majority in here. I mean,
that's
in
true.
Africa as
Yeah.
well. So, and Indians people, they are just, I'm sorry, like they are just programmed. Like they don't think beyond what they see, you know?
Okay.
I mean, if I can put it that way. So whoever they see, so long you're black, your hair is not coily as theirs,
Yeah,
Yes.
it's just Nigerian, you know?
Nigeria for them.
But
yeah.
that's because Nigerians are the majority, I think.
Yes.
Yes.
And that's because our name, I mean, the Nigerians, you know, we are I don't know, the popular one around and all of that.
That's why.
So, I mean, it's fair for them to assume that any African they see
It's
is
like
Nigerian. But with a little bit of investigation, they come to know that, oh, this is not from Nigeria. This
Yeah.
is, but their default position toward any African they see around is just, oh, this is Nigerian.
Okay.
So, I mean, when they talk about, sometimes when they say Nigerians, they mean Africa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not like they're really referring to Nigerians as Nigerians only. When they say Nigerians, they're talking entirely about Africans.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And
Let me ask you something. Do you think this protest or whatever it was is about illegal people in India, or it was about something else? They said India is for Indians. You know, India is for Indians.
well, you know,
It-
one thing about Indians, they are so conservative people. I mean, they love their country so
For
much,
sure, that's-
which is
that's-
a beautiful thing if you ask me.
Yes.
Yes.
And they like to conserve, I mean, their society and everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you know, even if you are Indian, you cannot possess Indians. They don't have dual citizenship.
Yeah.
If an Indian that was born in America has to choose
Yeah.
either to be Indian,
Yeah.
completely Indian, or American.
Or American.
You know?
can't be both.
Yeah, they don't have this system of dual citizenship.
Yeah.
So it's like they hold their country in a high regard. It's not. I don't think that's only about Africans. I mean, that's their own thing, if you ask me. I mean,
Yes.
being patriotic, I don't find that anyway fishy or something.
Okay.
If I say my country is my country, I mean, for me
Yes.
for me that's fine. In as much as they do not cross a line.
Yeah.
So,
And
yeah.
like, do you feel safe being African living in India? Do you feel safe before everything we have seen, everything we have experienced?
You know, I'm just being honest with you.
Okay.
I feel much comfortable.
Okay, that's
I mean,
that's cool.
I've never been discriminated, like I mentioned before, and I've never faced any threat by
Okay.
any Indians.
Okay.
You know, I mean, I'm just comfortable, but I mean, I have had a lot of things also,
Okay.
but I have to be honest. Like most of the times, people facing issues or people that are not much comfortable living around sometimes are the people doing illegal things.
Yes.
But if you are just a student, you have your document intact and all of that, I don't think you will find the place, I mean, very much uncomfortable because I mean, I'm talking about the place. I mean, if I say the place, I mean the system.
The system, yes.
Nobody will going to disturb you because
Yeah.
in other countries you cannot just roam around without your passport. You
Of
have to hold
course,
You
your
have to
of
hold
course,
passport,
it
of
you know.
all.
course.
Yeah.
Everywhere you're going, you have to show your passport. If you are taking a public transport, you have to go with your passport.
Yeah.
Everything.
You know, but in India you can roam around. Nobody gonna ask you your passport, your identification,
Yeah.
getting on the bus, metro, or anything. You see, you roam around, you get a lot of things. You just, I mean, for me, it's just fine.
Okay, so
Okay.
do you think like this whole thing, maybe people are taking it too far? Is it a misunderstanding? Should we Africans just understand the Indians and understand what they're trying to say? Because I feel like there are some people that are taking it a bit too like, why are Indians like this? Why do Indians do this? Like, why would they put a whole poster saying all that? Like, back to the approach question. Was the approach just a misunderstanding with us and them, or
You know, actually, for me, the approach, that's how protest is.
that's how protest is?
I mean,
Yes.
everywhere in the world, people protesting, you can even see something worse than that.
Okay.
Those are people, you know, in rage, showing their rage. I mean, someone who is frustrated, you can never control, I mean, what is
Yeah, the
she or he
emotion.
is going to say because he's frustrated.
Yeah.
So it's just like he's showing his rage, and that's what protest all about.
Okay.
That's
Something bad happening, something awful that you're not comfortable with, and you are trying to showcase your anger.
Yes.
So in that particular situation, you cannot say this is. I mean, definitely, everything has a limit. So I mean, if the protest didn't really involve any violence, I'm not a law professional. I mean, or anything, but I think in as much it's all about the poster, and I mean, it's just people showing their anger about what they feel
okay.
is not good for them. I mean, it's just Indians. India is for Indians, right?
Yes.
And then, I mean, okay, India.
Do you agree with that?
I mean, it's for them. It's
I mean,
their
it
country.
is for them, right? But
Yes.
then,
There's also Indians outside of the world.
I mean, I think what they mean by that, if your question is maybe they are saying, oh, people should all go out, should live in there. If I don't think that's
I
what
think
they.
that's where the understanding part comes in. If you remember,
Yes.
like, is it we're just misunderstanding the term? They don't mean
Indians,
like that.
for me, you know, the thing is, what can be, you know, misinterpreted. Indian, I mean, this it's ambiguous. I mean, India for Indians, it can mean that okay, it means only Indians are supposed to live in India, or they mean this is our country and we have to protect it, preserve it, and you know, they are very conservative people.
Yes.
They like to conserve, I mean, their culture, religion, and all of that. You can see an Indian, somebody who is very sophisticated, but still doing something. Okay, simple example, right? You will see somebody with a very flashy car, you know, something
Yes.
very ostentatious, but then you will see him stopping by, you know, buying momos, 50 rupees,
Yeah.
you know. Back in Africa, hell no.
You would never.
You know,
never
you,
see
you will see somebody driving a Mercedes Benz, latest version
Yes.
of a Mercedes Benz, but you will see him stopping by, you know, buying food, street food.
The other
That's
thing
actually
is,
good
the other thing is,
quality.
you will see people from different level, like on the same place.
Yeah, I mean, their life is just their life. for me, it's just their way of life, and
Okay.
you
And
cannot
we should
change it.
respect.
I mean,
We should respect.
that's the point.
Yeah.
Like I told you before,
Okay.
the whole thing is about understanding.
Okay.
You come to a place that literally, I mean, you share nothing in common. So
Nothing.
this is Asia. You come from Africa. So in my mind, I mean, what you should first do is to a little bit sit back, relax, and then observe how these people behave.
Okay.
Yes.
How are they? Is it this thing they do? Is it about me, or that's how they behave? Because sometimes it's all about misunderstanding. Like I said, I keep saying this thing even to my friends. Like sometimes these people, they are not really targeting you. This is just who they are. That's how they
You
behave
learn to
toward
adjust.
everybody. So sometimes it's not about you. We just have to learn, I mean, how to not take things personally.
Personally,
Because the
that's
thing
right.
is, when you take everything personally, that's how you get hurt.
Yeah.
But when you
100%.
realize that this is not about me, it's that maybe it's about this person. Okay, for instance, somebody just looking at you and like, well, if you look at me, I laugh. Why? Why do you see me? Maybe you are a mad person. Because obviously I'm
Why?
good. I mean, what did I do? So why? So sometimes you have to just sit and then relax, chill,
Okay.
think about it. Is it about me, or is it about the
Them.
people?
Or the
Is,
people.
is
How
this
they are.
their normal? Is this the way they behave normally toward everybody, or So that's it. So I think it has a lot to do with the understanding part.
Okay.
People, they don't want to adjust, if I can put it this way.
Yes.
You come to a new place and then you still want to behave the way you used to behave back home. You don't want to adjust to a certain level because obviously this is not your place. So, and if I may add, India is entirely different,
Different everything,
Very
culture,
different.
food.
Yeah, I mean everything in India
lifestyle.
is new.
Yeah.
The people, their behavior. I mean, it's entirely new. It's you can what you expect or what you expected about India before you come is entirely different from what you're going to experience.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just about adjustment. People have to adjust to a
That's
certain
right.
level.
That's right.
Yeah.
There is this point you said about the system. If you have seen India is not like the other places, like you said, you don't need a passport to use a bus to go buy something. There's nothing like that here. What do you think? Do you think it's too much freedom? Because I think at certain point people do feel comfortable. People do feel comfortable because I know I can be here for the longest or something like this without this document, without this, and I'm okay. Do you think it's their system or it's the people that?
Well, like it might be the system, but restrictions sometimes.
As if I know, maybe I'm having hard time to get this document or something like this. But also I know I can chill, I can be
And I can
comfortable
just
for
be
this
okay.
time, and I won't struggle myself to get that thing.
I mean, that's their code to take. To call. I mean, that's their shot to take. I mean, for instance, what I mean is, I mean, if allowing people living without proper document,
Okay.
it's a problem. I mean, that's their responsibility.
Yeah.
And if really that's something illegal, it's their job to to check the people without the proper document and do whatever necessary. For instance, yeah, but I think that your question is, what you're trying to say is, do I think that has a lot to do with the fact that people are maybe misbehaving, right?
Something like that.
I mean, yeah, I think so, because if people are forced to live in a particular way, maybe let's say everybody has to have his own visa,
Stay visa,
yeah,
yes.
visa, passport, and everything before you even do some certain things.
Okay.
I mean, I think the definitely the rate of crime or whatsoever is happening that is even making the Indian protesting, I think significantly will go down.
Yeah.
I think if there is that system, or if that system is, because definitely the system is there, it's just a little bit loose.
Lose.
It's not that strict, but I think maybe that's Indians being generous people, allowing,
Being generous, but allowed.
I
I mean,
mean,
actually,
accommodating people that they are not their own. I mean, countries like China and the like, you cannot live. Or even if you
yeah,
do,
here China is very
yeah,
strict.
the consequence. I mean, the consequences is not something we will love. So I mean, in
For
India,
sure.
you can live for 10 years without papers, then nothing will happen. You will
Yeah.
live as though you were living at home.
I mean, the consequence will come later. Like, you can say, okay, I'm okay, but then by the time you will get caught,
But
you
the
might be
consequence
the.
comes when you do something.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
in
that's
as
the
much
thing.
as in as that's what I'm telling you. In as much as you do not, I mean, interfere into
Or
some,
involve yourself in
you
something.
do
Yeah.
not involve yourself into any criminal act. You do not fight with anybody. No police case, nothing. Nobody will just come and knock on your door
Yeah,
and
knock your
say
door
your
and.
visa is expired. You have to do.
Okay.
Nobody's gonna do that. And I think that's, you can say, a nice thing, at least to us. I mean, for us, it's a nice thing.
It is.
Maybe,
nice.
maybe,
We are happy.
maybe for them. I mean, but for me, I mean, it's a good thing. They are just being nice people.
Okay, that's true.
And if that's the case, then you should really understand that saying India is for Indians doesn't mean all Africans or people that are not Indians should live in India.
Okay.
Because if that's the case, there are thousands of people living without documents. And it's
For sure.
obvious. People
Yeah.
know. Indians know.
Yeah, they do know.
We build relationship with Indians. I mean, okay, Nigerians were married to so many Indians here.
Okay.
And a lot of things happening. It's just that I think is that saying India is for Indians. Maybe it depends on how you choose to define that. But I mean, we are here in India. A lot of people are living without the document, and nobody is disturbing them. So, which
Yeah.
means they are not saying anybody who doesn't have paper should leave the country at once or something.
Okay.
At least they are even trying accommodating a lot of people that do not even have the papers. I mean, given the benefit of doubt, maybe
Yes.
Yeah.
financial reasons, a lot of things. So yeah,
We wanted to ask you if you had any encouragement that you would want to give the African society living in India, especially in India. But before we get to that, there were some comments that people raised. We posted a questionnaire on our Instagram, the Freewill Podcast Instagram, asking the audience to give us their ideas. So I'm just
About
going
the
to
topic.
yeah, about the topic. So I'm just going to read them out, and then if you have any comments, you can give a comment, right?
Yeah.
You guys can also comment down below if you have anything to say about this topic. So someone said, this is scary because every black person in India or every African is not safe.
am I supposed to answer that?
No, like it's a comment. If you have a comment,
Yes.
you can.
Okay, for me, I don't think it's true. There are people who came here in India. They did what they came to do and they left.
Yes, happily.
And happily, like they are. As long as you don't go out of the line, as long as you know what is your goal, what you came to do here, don't get involved in anything that will get you out of the line. Then you are safe. You will okay. Like it's like everywhere. You will face hard times. Like even in other countries.
Yeah.
Everything is there. You will face hard times as long as you know how to handle things. Because if you're saying Indian is not safe for African or whatever, I think other countries also are not safe. If it's not your country, then it's not safe also.
Home is home.
Home is home. I don't think it's true. I mean, it's my point of view, guys. You can say what you think by writing down in the comment what you think, your point of view. Then that's it.
Do you have any comment?
No, I mean, I already said enough.
Okay. We need to be very careful and cautious of our movements in this country. No one is safe. Okay, I think most of the comments are just about being safe.
Okay.
This one says, I think India is a good country. Like any other country, get your documents right and you have no issue.
That's the
Right?
thing.
Period. Done.
So,
Okay. This person also said, like any other country, India has rules that must be followed. So the post says no illegal Nigerians, not no Nigerians.
okay, that's the reality.
So you see,
Yeah. Okay. This one says encouraging all Africans to keep their documents intact and stay out of trouble.
Smart move.
Smart move.
Yeah.
obviously.
Okay. Those were the few comments that we got from the audience. Thank you so much for everyone that participated. You guys can also participate by commenting down below what you think. So, back to you.
Back to me.
What your for the time that you have been here, for the experience that you have had, what you suggest the people that are still coming, the new students, new Africans coming in India?
Well, it's just like what I've been saying.
Okay.
First of all, if you're coming for studies, you have to know that you're in here for studies.
For studies, yes.
So your goal has to be school, college, and anything. I mean, if you're coming for maybe let's say medical, you just have to come and do your treatment and go back home.
Okay.
So the whole point is you cannot just come into people country. I mean, to a to a new country and then start doing some things illegally and then expect them to give you a fair treatment.
Okay.
I mean, it's just doesn't work that
It's
way.
not right.
If you are coming in to studies, come and study and go back home. I mean, life is never straight. There must be ups and downs,
Yeah.
along the way. But you just have to know your goal. What are you here for?
Yes.
And then try as much as you can to see that you do not derail from the lines. I'm here for studies and studies. I mean, it's all about understanding. You come to a new place. What you should do first is to understand these people, how they behave, what is their normal, what is their abnormal. Don't feel targeted and don't take things personally.
Okay.
Always try to observe. I mean, these people, are they targeting me or this is just the way they are?
Yes.
You just have to, I mean, adjust a little bit. I'm not saying you should lose yourself as an African. Obviously, there are some certain things that you should keep intact.
Yes.
I mean, you cannot just because you're Indian, you come to India and then just start wearing sari and all of that. For instance, that is just an example.
Yes.
Just because you want to be Indian, you change your dressing modern. No, I'm not saying that.
Yes.
What I'm saying is you just have to adjust.
Yes.
You have to learn how to interact peacefully, coexist peacefully with the people. These people are your host. They are hosting you for a particular period of time.
Yes.
So do what you come to do and then live in peace. That's all. Like I said, do as Romans do. You just have to do, I mean, something that you know will not get you into trouble. Understand these people. This is how they behave. You see, a lot of people don't even, Africans here, they don't even want to learn the language. I mean, I'm not saying every African should learn Hindi, but I think that has a lot to do with the fact that we all feel targeted, like these people are not nice or they're not treating us nice.
Okay.
We don't even care to know anything about them. And language has a lot of significance.
Yes.
It's language is just like a way of life. If you know, I mean, how people communicate, it will be easy for you to interact with them. So even the language barrier is it's something, because even this, you see a lot of cases with the Uber drivers and then this auto rickshaw, and if you check a little bit, it's all about communication barrier.
Yes.
If you know how to communicate well with them, there are some certain problem, they will be absolutely, avoid it.
Yeah.
But because there is communication gap, you don't know how to communicate with them. So something very, very trivial will get you into
Into
trouble
trouble.
with them.
Yes.
So I think it's also encouraging for our people. I mean, when you're in a new place, and try to know a little. I'm not saying everybody should come around and be learning Hindi, but you should at least learn something you can communicate. I mean, a little bit with the auto people. There are some certain, interaction that is just inevitable. You must interact. You must go to the shop and buy some stuff.
Yes.
You must to, take Uber or auto or
Yes.
something.
It's
So
a way of life.
yeah, it's just something that you cannot escape. And these people, you have to know how to communicate with them, how to interact with them. Obviously, they don't understand English, so these certain things will help. Learn the language. The basic. I'm not saying everybody should be expert or something, or you should go
At
deep.
least the basics.
Yeah, at least the basic. Know how to communicate, buy some things. This will save you a lot of troubles.
Yeah.
And if you ask me, language is a skill, by the way.
It is.
It is.
So, yeah, I think it's enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we've heard it. Let's relax, adjust, and enjoy while you're here.
Absolutely.
Keep your documents updated, and I advise every Africans too. It's okay that they don't ask for your passport or something when you're going to do something, but keep it with you. You don't need to have the physical one. You can have it on your phone. It might help. It's important. So that's it.
Yeah, that's it for today. Thank you so much
You're
for
welcome.
coming.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed the conversation.
Yeah,
And I hope you can come next time we go.
I will try. If this one, obviously, if after this one I don't get into any trouble, then
No, you
No.
won't.
in a line, do what you are asked to do legally, and you will have no problem.
That's
Period.
it. That's it.
Anyways,
C'est
guys,
fini.
what language is that?
I don't know. Is it French? Is it French?
I
No.
have no slightest
C'est
idea.
fini. It's French. I think so.
It sounds French.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it sounds French. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to like, leave us a comment, also subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Guys, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's very important. We really need the support from you guys. We have reached 100
Oh, yes.
subscribers.
Also,
It's very nice.
Yeah.
It's very nice. We are happy because when we are putting our effort on it, guys. Very nice when you guys give us that support.
yeah.
So that's it. I think.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
See you in the next episode.
Ciao.